Okay. Welcome to our podcast, Sig Delt Digs Deep, which we think that's what we're gonna name it. But if you have any other better suggestions, please
send them in.
Please do, because ChatGPT can't do it all. So
Yeah.
So these are your favorite hosts ever, Makena
and Avery.
Period. We're gonna be starting to do different podcasts with different topics. If you have any suggestions, please let us know, and we will talk about it. I don't care what it's about, I'll talk about it.
Or if you want to be a guest too.
Yes, if you want to be a guest on our podcast show, please reach out. But today we are going to be talking about why we went Greek, why we joined Sigma Delta Tau to start with, and why we're in a sorority. Like, what's good about being in a sorority, right? So
experiences, stereotypes, just all the tea about
everything you really need to know, almost everything. I mean,
and then some irrelevant shit.
Yes, I think we talk about at one point.
Yeah, the most random.
So get excited. And like anxiety medication. I don't even know how we got there, but we did. That's the beauty of a podcast. So I hope you enjoy. Follow.
Going Greek.
So personally, I went Greek, and I joined Sig Delt specifically just because of the people that I met through the sorority. Like, it was very much girls that I resonated with. Like, I shared like a lot of similar interests in, and like everyone in our sorority specifically that I know, like, never thought that they would join a sorority. Like, I never thought I would ever even rush or do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to just like push myself and do it because Sig Delt was a new sorority. I'm a founder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, didn't you make you like created the whole sorority? Like,
no, me personally, yeah, I did it all by myself.
Yeah, no, like,
I'm actually the founder of the sorority. Just kidding, but
she's a founding father, guys.
technically, I am a founding father.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm one of the founders at my sorority. I joined in fall of last year. Yeah. And it was the best decision I've ever made. Like, I liked the idea that there wasn't already like a bunch of people in the sorority like yet. Like, I could be able to make traditions and like create new things that like other people haven't started yet. And also, like, being a founder, that's cool. That's awesome. But I met my best friend through my sorority. Like, my best friend. That sounds so cliche, but like, I don't know what I would do without Riley. Like, I met the best person ever. Like, I've never met a person like her. She's one of the best things that's ever happened to me, and it's because of the sorority. I would have never met her without the sorority. And everyone always says, oh, you're gonna find like your lifelong friends, and like those are gonna be your bridesmaids, but like, for real, like, it's not a joke. And I feel like another stereotype that's like very much normalized that everyone thinks and says is like, oh, you're buying friends. Like, it's no.
I literally put that down for the stereotypes that we're gonna talk about.
You want to talk about it? No.
I mean, we could skip right to that if we wanted to.
Because you're buying friends.
No.
You're buying the events, and you get to go to formal, and you have grabas, and you have a bunch of socials, and philanthropy is like one of the biggest parts of a sorority. Like, it is. You get to raise money and support for like a bunch of different causes, and ours personally, that's my cat, Lucy. Y'all see her one day.
She'll come up.
But yeah, I think that's one of the craziest stereotypes personally. I never thought that.
I always heard that.
I always heard that. Yeah, or like when someone would ask me from my hometown, are you in a sorority? And be like, yeah, like, I'm in Sigma Delta Tau. And they're like, oh, so you buy friends. So all of your friends you bought. No, you don't. You're not forced to be friends with all of the girls in your sorority.
Like, I'm not paying you to do this.
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm not paying you to hang out with me. Like, that's not how it is at all. I feel like that's so absurd.
No, you're paying for all of the
event.
You're paying to be
in a club. It's like a club. You know what I mean? Like, it's to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know. But yeah, all of the girls that I'm friends with, I didn't go up to them and be like, "Oh, we're sisters. You have to hang out with me." Like that's not how this works. Everyone has their own like group of people that they mostly hang out with, but we all still like love everyone in our sorority. You know what I mean? Like we're all sisters, but that doesn't mean that I hang out with every single one of them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, am I hanging out with like 200 plus people? Like,
it actually still blows my mind how many people are like in the sorority, like in just sororities in general.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, we just had spring recruitment too, so I'm yet to meet even more.
I know, I'm nervous.
Girls. No, I'm so
I hope they're watching this. Hi, guys.
Hi. I can't wait to meet you.
We're so fun.
No.
We're so nice.
Hang out with us. You have to.
If you want to be a guest,
dude,
let
seriously. Me know. When I said that to myself, I thought about Fortnite. Because I'm like, I need to clip this.
I always see on your story you like playing Fortnite. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, we're normal humans too. Like I play video games. I'm not. We have hobbies other than our sorority.
She's a gamer girl, guys.
I am.
Hit her up.
Yeah, and also I feel like a lot of people think that being in a sorority like takes up your entire life.
No, it does not.
At all. Like you are not forced to like go to every single thing like possible. Like it's offered to you because you're paying to be in the sorority. You know what I mean? You're not paying to be friends with people. I just think that's ridiculous. I think being in a sorority is one of the most amazing ways to meet new people and meet people that you get along with like very well. And especially like moving from your hometown to college, especially if you're moving from like out of state, like you're coming here with like nobody, you know? And I feel like joining something like a sorority is a great way to start making friends, because I know when I first, even I'm from Tampa, when I first moved here, I felt like I had no one.
Wait, you didn't know Hannah before? Your roommates?
No, this is no. I met Hannah, my roommate now, through our sorority. But I lived last year. I lived in Glades, and I lived with. She used to be in our sorority.
What happened to
her? Anyways,
what
was I saying? Yeah, but now that you mentioned Hannah, my amazing, beautiful princess queen roommate that I live with,
and my big,
and her big, I met through the sorority. She actually was gonna be my little. Like I met up with her. Like I had like a date with her.
Oh my god, really?
Yes. Like she wanted to be my little. She put me as her top, and I didn't pick her.
And you like got to go home together. And you're like, yeah, sorry, you didn't make the cut. Well, why I chose to go Greek or just Rush in general was because I wasn't going to. I didn't even think I wanted to until. Like, I literally signed up for recruitment, and I was like, I don't know if I'm even going to do it. I'll, wait and see what the vibes are.
I actually dropped.
I almost did. And then I was like, wait, take me back.
Yeah. No. I almost dropped. I started, I had, a Rho Gamma and all that stuff, and I went through regular recruitment before SIGD out was even a thing. And then I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. This is not something that I'm meant for. This is not something that, this shows the type of person I am, blah blah blah. I dropped, and then SIGD out came along, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna see it. It's like this isn't a permanent thing in my life. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad I did. So glad I went SIGD out too, because I could have just waited.
See, okay, here's another thing. You are not limited to your friends in your sorority.
My
best friend I met through recruitment, she's not even in my sorority. And we hang out all the time.
There's not rivalry.
Rivalry.
Rivalry. We all love each other so much. Hand love, because a lot of my friends are in other sororities, and that doesn't mean that we don't like each other. It has nothing to do. We all have socials together too, and it's so fun. My big's an 80 pie. Because,
how is that even possible?
Okay, so since I'm a founder, there was nobody older, above me to take me in as their little. So everyone that was a founder, which is really interesting, everyone that was a founder in our sorority has a philanthropy big. So their bigs are in other sororities. So technically, I'm part of a family in another sorority. So
that's actually crazy.
Yeah. Love you, Morgan. But yeah, I actually and I'm still friends with her. That doesn't mean anything. I hate that too. That's another stereotype that's crazy to me, that people are like, oh, so you don't like blah blah blah. Like, no, like I have friends in like literally every single sorority, and girls that I met through recruitment, like me recruiting girls, I'm still friends. I'm like friends with after they chose a different sorority. Like, I'm not offended that you chose another sorority. You know what I mean? I feel like that's also a thing that's like people are like, oh, she's gonna not like me because I didn't choose a sorority. But like, if I like liked you during recruitment and like I was like, wow, like I really vibe with her, that doesn't mean I can't be your friend just because you didn't choose our sorority. Like, I'm so glad that you found some place that you feel like fulfilled in. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Wait, you like look at my notes. Okay, rush week will make you actually want to die. Just saying, just a little heads up. But you have to trust the process, because every single person, I saw so many people crying at so many different times during rush, and it was just like, oh my god, it was actually the most humbling experience I've ever been through in my life.
It's stressful on both ends. Like, just be if you're someone who's like super nervous and like scared to like talk to the girls and stuff, don't be, because the girls that are talking to you are just as nervous. Like, that's just as nervous. Yes, when oh my gosh, I was pooping my pants whenever because it was my first time recruiting girls ever, and like the whole process was just so scary. I remember when I started talking to a girl at first, I literally straight up told her, I was like, I'm just as nervous as you right now. Like, I'm scared. And she was like, you're scared. Like, she's like, I'm scared. And like, you know what I mean?
I didn't even remember seeing you at.
I had a speech. Oh, you might have not been there that day. But yeah. So if you're scared, it's okay. Because we're just as scared. And also, I feel like people like get super overwhelmed with the process and they just drop because they can't do it anymore. Because last recruitment was probably like the worst for everyone because everything had to be like sped up. Like, remember, everything kept getting canceled and like a lot of stuff happened, and like that's not so anyone's fault but like the school. So it was like a lot.
That was the most frustrating thing too.
Because I was really sick. Frustrating.
I was so sick. Like the first, because it was like the second week of school. So I went out the first week before that. And then obviously I got sick because, you know, first time going out in new school.
Yeah.
And I was just like dying of like this horrible cold. And then I lost my voice. And then I literally was like trying to like speak to people. I was like in like all the different meetings. I was like, okay, so like what kind of sisterhoods do you like? It hurt so bad to speak. Oh my god. And one time, oh my god, this is actually real embarrassing. I don't even know if I can like say that. I was in and I was a little bit
oh no.
And I had to like run to the bathroom. And it's like, and
I can throw up?
No.
Oh, okay.
The other one.
Oh.
No, I literally and I literally texted my grandma. I was like, is that okay? Like, are they gonna drop me? Like I'm so scared. I was like sprinting back in my heels, and they were like laughing at me because they're like, "You relax." And I was like,
"Yeah." Like, it's a very intimidating process that I never went through personally because I was
lucky.
Yeah, I got, because I'm a founder, so I didn't have to like rush this sorority or anything like that. I mean, obviously, I went through informal recruitment, but it wasn't anything like that. But I've never been on the other end. On your end, what you had to go through. I never went through that.
Yeah, I actually went emo and dyed my hair black during recruitment because
I feel like when people look at me, they're like, oh, like that makes sense that you're in a sorority. But like getting to know me, people are like, I don't know how you're in a sorority. And I'm like, I know, it's not like that though. You have to understand, like, it's really not. Every single person that I'm like friends with is not anything like the typical stereotype of a sorority girl in any way, shape, or form. So
I feel like that goes along with like all the stereotypes, because it's just like everyone has like an image of like what a sorority girl looks like. Blonde, skinny, preppy.
Yeah,
like
you don't have to be.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like a bimbo.
Yeah,
but
literally.
You don't have to be any of those things to be like. Being in a sorority is all about like making everyone feel like at home and making everyone feel like included, and we don't discriminate or anything like that. Like that no, absolutely not. I just feel like it's because like the movies and stuff.
Yeah. It's like college in general, like movies. Like I was so afraid of college because of like the movies.
Oh yeah, everyone is. Everyone thinks it's gonna be this like crazy like huge thing that like you have to fit in, you have to do this and that, but it's not. Like, we're grown. Nobody actually cares. Like nobody cares. No one cares. You're like, I genuinely like don't understand like why I was so like scared of college, because like now that I'm in college, it's like, bro, no one actually gives a fuck about what you're doing.
Yeah, everyone just minds their own
Everyone's
business.
doing their own thing. Like, we're grown, we're working, we just want to make money at this point. Like, I'm broke. Like, I'm broke. Like when like people get to know me and then they ask me if I'm in a sorority and I'm like, yes, and they're like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what? Like, say it to my face, because I will debunk it right now.
I love that word.
Debunk.
Yep.
I will debunk it, because none of that is true. It's really not. Personally, with my experience, I would tell you guys if it was.
No clickbait. No clickbait here.
Deadass. Like, I would tell you. The clickbait is gonna be like, why you should never join a sorority. Like, I can't.
Spilling all the sorority secrets.
Like, there's no secrets. We're just a bunch of girls that like to hang out and go to the beach and paint each other's nails.
I honestly thought that there would be a lot more like going out within the sorority. Like, I thought because of like, I don't even know if it's movies or just like the way people make it look online. I guess there's just like all you do is go out and like with the sorority. Like, you're not even allowed to do that for a lot of the like, you can't go out with each other. You can't drink, which is like fine, but like that's just not all. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
just
not. Yeah. I feel like I agree with that. Like, I felt like I was gonna be going out a lot more with you guys, like as like a huge group, and like. But yeah, there's a lot of like rules too. Like, you can't do certain things like through recruitment and stuff. Like,
a lot of it
because
doesn't
you have
make
to be
sense.
Respectful. But like, we couldn't go to the first tailgate.
You didn't go to that?
No, we couldn't.
I weren't allowed. I went to it.
No, but
you couldn't, or I couldn't.
No, we couldn't. It's because if we got caught like hanging out with you guys during recruitment, it would like people would assume that like I'm hazing you or that I'm like dirty Russian. I've heard horror stories at like other schools and like just people that I know at other schools and stuff.
It's so disgusting.
Because like it's a little bit like some of the stuff that they like make them do is like, are they trying to f each other is my question.
Literally.
Like, what, that movie that was about Bama and hazing?
It was that bad. They had to make like a documentary about it. Like, that's
insane. Or like my mom will send me like articles of like people dying from that, and I'm like, Mom, what is something that we expected that did happen?
Yeah.
Something that I expected is people loving me, and it did happen. I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, you meet so many people. Like, obviously even if you're like weird, you're gonna make friends.
Even if you've never had a friend in your life,
you're gonna find people.
You're gonna find someone. Like, even if you're like, oh my god, but like I've never had like friends that like stayed friends with me. Like, you're gonna find someone. Like, not all of us have the same personality. Like,
no,
at all. Like, I'm friends with girls in our sorority that like I have zero common interests or anything in common with them but like we're still like cool. You know what I mean? Like,
how we manage like work, school, time, and sorority. Like,
okay, I feel like that's a big question.
You have a job, right?
Yeah. I do.
Don't you work at
I was going to, but I didn't. Okay. Oh my god.
How long did you work there?
I didn't even work there. I didn't even go in for my first day. I was like, no. Just because of the way he was speaking to me, I was like, I already know I'm going to hate it here just because of the management. So, managing work, school, and being in a sorority is very easy.
It's really up to you, to be honest.
It's up to you how you want to manage it, because personally, I literally haven't gone to chapter once this semester, unfortunately, because of work. So it's, you prioritize what you feel like you need to prioritize. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like, you need to prioritize your sorority a little bit, like, be involved. You're paying for it. You know what I mean? But if you are prioritizing work right now because you're broke like me, you can submit excuse forms. Woo! And you don't have to go to chapter. But I actually need to go to I'm a director. So like me,
you have like a whole position.
Me not being at chapter is actually really bad. But I'll be at the next one. Okay, I'll be at the next one. I'm the social media and PR director. It's actually more high maintenance than you think. Gianna kept yelling at me because she was like, let me help you. I was like, okay, fine. Because there was a lot going on. I just started my job, And also, I manage work, school, sorority, and therapy. And therapy takes a lot of my time up. Like on Wednesdays, I don't know why I'm like trauma dumping. I'm not trauma dumping. I'm just telling you my schedule.
That's what this is for.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna say some scary things on here one day, and I'm like so excited to like spread it to the universe.
Next episode.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The next episode, you guys are all gonna be traumatized. I'm just kidding. Maybe not. So on Wednesdays, I have therapy 6 to 8. So like that's like so much time. It's like if I worked all day, like 10 to 5, and then 6 to 8, like my whole day is filled. I can't do filled. I didn't snap the first time. Mm-hmm. That's why I repeated it.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of want to take a little. Are you taking a little?
I want to, but I'm also like I don't know. I'm just busy.
You also have to like go on like coffee dates and like hang out with them and stuff. Like that's what I did with Hannah. Like we went to go get ice cream and
then you were like, no, I don't want you.
Just live with her. No, I really, 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 really liked her. But I literally hung out with her the next day. We went to the beach the next day. And I was like, we should move in together. I'm not kidding. That's literally how it happened. And now I live with her and her little sister. Hi, Haley.
Wait, so she like lives here? I thought
Hannah?
Yeah, no.
Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's always here, but I was like, how long is she visiting for? I literally
her little sister?
Like, yeah.
Haley. Come here. Avery didn't know that you lived here.
I literally thought you were like visiting
this
whole
had a podcast. Rush things out. Rush it. What are you? This is a podcast. Do you think I'm a stereotypical sorority girl?
No. I started anxiety medication and I don't have a brain.
What is it?
Zoloft.
I'm on Prozac. I hated Zoloft.
Why?
I didn't like Zoloft because it made me eat so much food.
Really?
Which a lot of people say the opposite about Zoloft. A lot of people are like, it made me like lose my appetite and like I lost a bunch of weight. But personally, girl, I was eating. I was eating more than I've ever ate before, and I'm not saying that like I wish I didn't eat, like, but it was way too much. It was like I was binging, and it was bad. It was just like I was constantly never like fulfilled. Like I was like, no, get me off of these.
That's crazy.
It was miserable. And
did you have any side effects?
That was a side effect.
Well, the only one?
No. I had a lot of that.
We should talk about anxiety at some point.
We should. Let's talk about it because I have very
anxiety in college.
Yeah, and like mental health awareness.
Yeah,
needs to be one of them because I could go on and on about that because there has been times I've like had to miss things because of my mental health, but mental health is like extremely important. I think mental health is more important than anything in life.
Mm-hmm. And physical health too.
Physical health too. Your mental
like if you don't feel good, like physically,
yeah.
Don't go
to
whatever. Literally miss class.
Yeah.
Go back to bed.
Seriously. Yeah.
Get sleep.
Like,
eat a good meal.
School isn't your whole life. Like
no.
Like,
you can cheat. Like you'll get through it.
It's really nice to know like there are people that like genuinely care about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like, oh my God. Another thing about support systems. I don't know if you were like, because you don't like read the chat, right? Like ever?
No.
Well, then you missed this. But actually, Hannah FaceTimed me. You might have heard. But there was a cockroach in my apartment.
Oh my God, I remember that. Oh my God.
No, literally, there was a cockroach in my apartment. I have a photo about it, or I have a photo of it. And I was on the couch, just like hanging out, watching TV, and it was late, and I had class, so I had to go to bed. I look over, and it's like sitting next to me on the couch watching TV, and I literally sprinted to the kitchen to grab a cup. And by the time I came back, it was gone. Like literally, I had like a. You know those like rods that you can like keep a screen door shut? It's like a safety thing. I was like, I took that and I was like hitting the couch, like waiting for it to like run out. Oh my God. And I was so I was like freaking out. I was freaking the fuck out. I'm
allergic to cockroaches.
How are you allergic to
weird, right?
What does that even mean? How can you be allergic?
I actually am allergic.
Yeah, what's our intro? Like we need
But that was our intro.
Oh yeah, no. We have our intro, but we need like a little song. Like a little
we need to like make one. Like
yeah, like
yeah.
Wait, I didn't even finish my story.
Oh, keep going.
I'm like really bad at ADHD. I can't do this. Hey. Wait, that's too close.
Why?
It's just the light. Okay, so I was freaking out, and I was like, I started spam tech like the chat. I started spamming the chat, being like, guys, it was like 12:30.
Our sorority chat.
Yes, the sorority group chat, and I was like, guys, please, like, I'll pay someone $20. Like, please, like, there's a cockroach in my apartment, and I can't do this. Like, please come save me, someone, please. Like, and then this girl that I've never met before literally came into my apartment and helped me look for it for 20 minutes, and then she caught it and then killed it for me.
Wow, who
Shout
was
out
it?
to you, Sabrina.
Oh my god, you never met her before?
Not before that.
Oh my
but now she's just
gosh.
like my savior. And she was like, if you have any more issues, like, let me know and I'll come back. And I was
She's
like,
cool
I
as
love you.
I love Sabrina.
No, she's my bug wrangler, my personal bug wrangler.
Okay, bye. Bye, guys. See you next episode where we talk about, is it possible to be in a relationship in Greek life?
And college?
No. We're about to find out.
Got ready for the night.